Do you trust that LinkedIn's always going to be there for you, that you could always look up your connections and see where they're at? Well, in today's video, I want to teach you to not trust LinkedIn. Don't treat it like your Rolodex. Make sure that you have exported a copy of all of your data. I'm going to walk you through the process on how to do so today. And the good thing is it's free. Let's get started. So what you want to do is you want to start at your LinkedIn homepage. Look for your top menu bar, home, my network, jobs, messaging, notifications. Under the me icon with your little photo, I want you to click under there and look underneath account for settings and privacy. Now in the left navigation, I want you to think about where can I find information on my data? Oh, data privacy. So let's look under there. Sometimes LinkedIn changes the navigation, so just pay attention to categorically where you would think you would find it based on that information, the listing that they have there. Now in the middle of the screen, how LinkedIn uses your data, I want you to think about looking for getting a copy of your data. So right now it's the second option under this. And when you go into here, you're going to notice there's two options. The first is download larger data archive, including connections, verifications, contacts, account history, and information we infer based on your profile and activity. Or if you want something in particular, you can select specific data files. Now they used to put connection data under want something in particular. Now they are rolling it up under larger data archive. I'm not really sure why, if they're testing something out or if they're making a more difficult hurdle for you to do so. But I want to show you this. First, if I choose want something in particular and I click on articles or profile information, it's going to say your data is going to be ready in 10 minutes. So if I did this and I clicked it on request archive, what would happen in about 10 minutes, I'd get an email from LinkedIn saying your data is ready to be exported. And then it would drive me back to this page where I'd click on the download link. I don't want to do that, but I just wanted to show you if you're requesting under the want something in particular, it only takes 10 minutes. In comparison, let's see what happens when I click on download larger data archive. Now you'll see it says your download will be ready in about 24 hours. So it does take a little bit more time. It will take them at least a day to get this to you. And I will say at least it's not going to be 10 minutes. It's not going to be 30 minutes. So don't plan on seeing that email right away from them. But once you click on request archive, you'll see an email, and I'm going to pull up an email. I did an earlier download to show you this example. So let me show you that now. All right, so I'm back in my inbox here on email, and I just did a quick search for the words data archive so I wouldn't have to scroll through and look for all the emails that are coming through in here. But you'll see here that about a day after you request this, you're going to get this email from LinkedIn. The subject line will read, your full LinkedIn data archive is ready. And you may have even noticed, like when you do this request, you're going to get one email that will say the first installment of your data archive is ready. You can see this one came through to me Thursday, March 6th at 9:25 a.m. and the full data came through a little bit later than that, right? So you might get partial in the first day, but the full data archive will be coming through in the second day. Now at this point, when you click on download the second part of your data archive using this link, you're going to notice that this is possible for the next 72 hours. In this case, I've already requested it. So if I go to the page, I'm going to get an error message. But when you go to that LinkedIn page where we requested the data, it'll say download data now, and it will put it into a zipped file. So all of your data will be inside there. Now lean in for this next part. If I were you, what I would do is I'd create a folder on your laptop someplace and just call it LinkedIn Data Export or Data Archive, something like that. And just periodically, at least once a year, save that data export inside here. You can see I've got all kinds of data exports from 25, 24, 23 in here. Let me just show you in my 25 folder, I've already done this once a month. And sometimes I just do connections only. Other times I do the full data, and you're going to see a bunch of different CSV files that you can easily convert into Excel and save on your desktop. So that's it. Now, why is this important? Well, I think right now, because LinkedIn is such a highly reputable professional website, we've built up a lot of trust with the site, right? We trust that LinkedIn will always be there. And the reality of the situation is that LinkedIn may go away someday, or more common, you could accidentally get kicked off of the account. Sometimes they do that in error. It might take you a little bit of time to get back in, or for whatever reason, maybe you're violating their LinkedIn terms of service by using automation to grow your network. You get kicked off of the network permanently, and then you've lost all of your information. I think the more likely possibility is that LinkedIn may disable this feature someday. You might not be able to get access to your full data archive. So I worry a little bit about that, and I think it's just a good practice to do the data archive at least once annually for all of your data, and then maybe export your connections once per quarter. I want you to think about, don't trust that LinkedIn is like your personal Rolodex and that it will always be there. If LinkedIn disappeared tomorrow, that would be like burning your Rolodex and you'd have no contact information for any of your contacts, right? So be safe. Make that data archive a part of your business processes. And remember, it does take a little bit of time, so have some patience going through that. If you have any questions going through the process, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or send me an email, brenda@mellermarketing.com. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful. Look forward to seeing you on LinkedIn, where I'm going to help you to get a bigger slice of that LinkedIn pie.